Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the Bears Den. How is everyone doing today, guys? Tonight's the talk show night. Hope everyone's having a wonderful night tonight. Get ready for all sorts of weird, crazy, funny, possibly not, a little bit of bummer. But get ready for all the video game related news that you want to get from this past week, but we're too lazy to actually get it. That's right, we're gonna be coming live here. Well, actually, no, I take that back. We are live, and we're gonna get ready to serve up a heaping helping of video game news to you. Yes, we are. Savage, how you doing? Hope things are going well for you tonight. Let me go get my Benadryl for the cool. True. Don't want to catch a cold from getting too much cool? Okay, that's fine. Also, because, I mean, hey, it's a podcast, talk show, whatever you want to call it, that is starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, it's at night. You know what? I'm having a damn beer because I fucking can. And Alex is probably going to be having at least one, if not three. So, yeah. As always, guys, I hope you're all having fun. He's still muted at the moment. Okay. So he's not ready. But as far as things coming up, guys, tomorrow we have Destiny 2 Raid Night. I thought he has at least 5 each night. Oh, that might happen too. Tomorrow's Destiny 2 Raid Night. Thursday I'm off. Friday we're doing some mentor roulettes in Final Fantasy XIV. And then Saturday we're going to be continuing with more of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. As always, also though, with any subs that come in, I get to have the fun of having a flaming hot bean. So that's always fun. It's one of those fiery jelly beans. Flavors start at jalapeno and go up from there as far as heat. So, yeah, if you want to kind of torture me, feel free. It'll be fun. Yeah. My pain is your amusement, right, guys? All right. Well, I'm ready. I hope Alex is. So let's see how things are going. You good? Oh, I think he has some technical difficulties at the moment. So, let's give it another moment here, guys. Because he's having some technical difficulties, which is no bueno. I know what technical difficulties can be like, and that's never a fun thing. So, something tells me I need to horribly change up my scene, because
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero
yay commercials. Oh well. Just bought Final Fantasy 3D remake. Oh, so the one that I played. Okay. Honestly, it's not bad. There actually is. I looked it up on numerous resources. There actually is a difference as far as rate that you get skills and things like that between the Final Fantasy 3 3D remake and the Pixel remaster one. So yeah, that's interesting in my opinion. That they would change it. So kind of makes me wonder what else they wind up changing. They have Pixel remasters now. Yeah. Can you explain the difference? Basically the 3Ds were all versions that were from portables, and just a lot of the portables that were they had features that were good for portable versions, like handheld machines. So they had the menu system was a little bit redone. They had things like drop shadows on the texts, which if you're playing it on a console, you don't need that. And a lot of that is what people did not like. So other than that, the only other thing I could really say the difference between like the Pixel remaster and the 3D remaster, I really don't know what the main difference is, other than the Pixel remaster is more has some more modifications to allow you to like level faster and things like that. So I don't fully know why they did that. Just they did. So okay, and I think he might be ready. Yeah, I think he's ready. So we will jump back into the talk show here, guys. I can't hear you. What's going on? Hmm. I can't hear you.
Now my audio isn't working in Discord.
Yeah, I'm listening to you
That was
through your
fucking
stream.
bizarre.
Oh, okay,
That
there you
is
go.
Fucking bizarre. I got it.
You also have
so-
your welcome scene up, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I still do.
Okay.
I was trying, so you fucking cursed me, you son of a bitch. You were like, fucking Streamlabs fucking up, and I was like, no, it's not. It's totally fine. I
Yeah,
go in,
sorry.
and my microphone was like, I'm no longer connected.
Oh God.
Okay, so I when I muted it, it was like, fuck you. So it went to default everything, and apparently so did Discord. So, but it's all good. We figured it out. Look at
Sorry.
that.
Sorry.
It's all good. How is everyone?
Okay, Savage apparently wants to torture me, which is fine, because,
Ooh,
yes,
Yes,
the fun spicy bean. What do we get? We get... That wasn't a spin.
ooh.
What is
Where's
that?
the little thing that points out where you're supposed to be?
It's
there it is.
way
Okay.
down here. Sriracha.
Okay. All right.
So I get a sriracha bean, which is, like
Yeah. How are they like? I thought
dark
they weren't
orange
leaf-
color.
Oh, okay.
It's just by color, and wow, that really smells like a spicy mess in here.
I love my sex tape.
I think this is the sriracha because it's darker than the others, than the orange. Well, we're gonna try it and see what happens. So, here goes. As Savage is like, sex tape? You caught his... caught him on that one. Well, now that Savage is awake.
Hi, Savage.
You want to join in too? Oh, geez. Well, apparently, sure, we can do sex. Okay, Blue. All right, so here goes the sriracha, guys.
It's sriracha, dude. It's delicious on like anything.
And to be honest, this is the first time I've ever had sriracha.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you white boy ass motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh boy, Blue's going with it too. Where the hell is that? Cayenne. Okay. Bean, asshole. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Oh, you got two? No.
Yeah.
Should have made him do it at the same time, boys. You guys got to start coordinating your efforts.
Well, it's also a thing of I'm doing one right after the other too. So.
Yeah. Still not the same.
Yeah. True. But how are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Good. Figured out. I was kind of saying this before. Figured out my sound card issues. Fucking Windows 10, of course.
Of course.
You cuck. But whatever. Super happy to be back. Glad that like the content's gonna sound good again.
Mhm.
I'm still completely and totally on the verge of. Oop, that wouldn't.
That has a nasty aftertaste.
I mean,
It's
could it be in jelly bean form?
that, but it's like a weird, like, almost like I just took a thing of toothpaste, like cayenne flavored toothpaste, and was like, ah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Also,
well.
cayenne flavored toothpaste could be the world's worst elevator pitch. Like you get in, you got an executive there, you're like, cayenne flavored toothpaste, and he's like, hits the emergency person button. and he
Let me out of
pushes
here
off the elevator,
fast.
You're like, all right. I
Yeah.
got it." I didn't have anything else.
Yeah.
Hey, has Twitch, when you're in your stream manager, has it been showing that you're getting random follows lately?
It depends on what you have active on your desktop or on your stream manager. Because, I mean, I have it set up so I see my activity, because that's what I use to find out, okay, who's subbing for how long, what.
Right, and I have
Things
that
like that.
too. But like I keep getting random followers who aren't following. It's not actually counting them. So I think they're like bots that they're trying to stop
Yeah.
from doing something, but it's
Yeah.
obviously inside the system because even Streamlabs said that I had like 3 new followers from last week. And then I went and looked at my total number and it was like, nope, still the same. So I was like, I think there's something fucked up here, boys. Like, might
Weird.
want to look into that.
Weird.
But, you know, nice little streamer chat started up. Oh shit! Do you want to talk about streamer stuff since I accidentally did that?
Sure,
Just
why not?
stumbled across.
Why not? Let you start in on it.
Yeah. Do you know who Amaranth is?
I've heard of
She's-
her.
okay.
Other than that, I don't really know much about her.
She's like a ASMR hot tub streamer. Weird 2 combinations, but that's what she does.
Yeah.
She is unpleasantly gorgeous. Like you ever see somebody who's so hot that it like puts you to the point where you're like, oh God, why are you so attractive? Like this is off-putting how attractive you are. Okay, well maybe it's just me.
Well, I mean-
definitely think that sometimes.
Well, I was gonna say, let's put it this way: I'm assuming what you're calling unpleasantly gorgeous is in regards to females, and for me, a gay guy, it's like, no,
You
that
ever
doesn't
seen a
really
guy who you
fit.
were like, damn, that guy is like too attractive. Like Timothy Oliphant. You don't think like that motherfucker shouldn't be walking around with that face. It's way too handsome.
Who's Timothy Oliphant?
Oh my god. Damn it.
But no,
Anyways,
I know what you're talking about. I know
there
what
are
you
some
mean.
people who you're just like, God damn it, you're too hot for this planet. You shouldn't be around the rest of us uggos, making all of us look bad. Like, and neither one of us are uggos. Like, we're, sitting comfortably in the 6'5" range.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, she had a house fire start on the outside of her house by her trash cans.
Oof.
And the arson investigators came and they're pretty sure that it was arson.
Okay.
Super fucked up that like
Some
streamers,
someone tried to set her house on fire. Apparently.
yeah,
Ugh.
that's what it's looking like. And it's
Jeez.
super weird because it like it starts that conversation of like streamers are different than, let's call, like TV and film stars, right? Like there's no direct interaction with a TV and film star,
Right.
but because people can talk to streamers, sometimes they develop like unhealthy fixations on them a little bit easier,
Yeah.
And that's kind of stuck to like, be at your house and feel victimized because of
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, case in point, why I would hope most streamers are actually, whenever they say, hey, yeah, send like fan mail, whatever. If you have a copy of a game you absolutely want me to play and it's on like a retro console or whatever, send it to this PO box.
Yeah.
I seriously hope that there are no streamers out there that are like, yeah, send it to my home address, because that would just absolutely suck. Because it's like, So, but yeah, that whole thing of people crossing the line, trying to either harm or get more involved with their person of obsession, it's honestly kind of scary with the lengths that people go to for that.
And like in a weird way, like I feel almost worse for women in general because like I don't hear a lot of stories about this shit happening to like male streamers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of the way that like society like objectifies women and
Yep.
like I don't know, that like that feels bad, like and it kind of makes me go, well, that's reason 10 million I'm glad I'm a guy.
Yeah, the only male streamer I can think of right off the top of my head that things like that have happened to, and it's not because people were like obsessed and wanted to like be around the person more or anything like that. It was just because so many people wanted to just troll the ever-loving shit out of him, was Ice Poseidon.
Sure. And XQC was victim of that. He had to move house because he got swatted so many times.
Yep.
Like that's bullshit, man. Like what is wrong with people?
Oh god, yeah.
But like again, we're talking about two instances where I could name like hundreds over like just only the last couple of years.
True.
Like of women, and that just sucks.
Yep.
And if you're out there and you're a guy, please don't do that shit. Like, they're just, if you like their content, cool, but like, man, keep a grip.
Dr. R had a gunshot at his house. You mean
yes,
Dr. D?
I remember that. It was a BB gun, I think it ended up being.
Yeah.
I think it ended up being a BB gun, but yeah, I remember reading that too.
Yeah.
Super fucked up, man. People are
oh god,
crazy.
Yeah.
And I watch like all those fucking like murder porn shows before I go to bed, like like the South Park murder porn thing. Like
okay.
All I know is that I'm not married, so I'm like I know that I have like a 99% chance of not being murdered. Like like a lot of times that's what it is.
Meanwhile, I just want to say, okay, we go from Spicy Bean, which is the name of your sex tape, to murder porn, and Savage is with me on this. Murder porn?
Okay, so you guys don't watch a lot of Forensic Files. I get it. I'm gonna have to check my fucking audience here.
No, it's not what I'm saying. It's just like, what would actually happen in your sex tape there of Spicy Bean? Because
okay, all I'll let you know is you have to get it off the dark web.
Oh,
you can't find that on the regular web.
Okay, let me guess. It's in one of those reported red rooms, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
in a country that you cannot pronounce its name.
Yeah, that would definitely be a weird thing to run across for
Would you
certain.
say it would be a spicy bean?
That would definitely be a spicy bean at that
Mhm.
point.
So you want to hear? Well, actually, you know what? Here, you got any other streamer news things?
Yeah, and this
Good.
one's bad and good all at the same time,
Okay,
and it's bad for the bad reasons and good for the good reasons.
as they normally are.
Well, let's put it this way: there was a Fortnite streamer who wound up getting uh, effectively banned from Twitch, also banned from YouTube. Uh, it's a Brazilian streamer by the name of Raulzito. He wound up getting banned, and I want to say at least charges against him for and here's the really bad of the bad part of it. Um, child rape.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yikes!
yeah.
Fuck. Well, good. Let that guy go.
So, needless to say, his life is over pretty much. Because even if he's arrested, he's not going to be safe in jail. I can pretty
Yeah,
much tell you that.
yeah, legitimately. Like those dudes
So,
are the lowest of the low.
yeah, I mean,
Even dudes in prison are like, yeah, dude, fuck you. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
oh yeah.
Prisoners are like, fuck you.
Hmm.
Like, yeah. Um, yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
But good, good,
yeah.
good. Like shit like that should come to light. Like if you're a fucking piece of garbage,
Hmm.
fuck you. Like, be a better human.
Like I said, it's bad for the bad reasons, but good that they caught him.
Yeah,
So,
fuck him.
yeah,
This is what you get for that. Like a
yeah,
big fat sack of this.
yep.
I got one that's kind of funny. Well, let's do one that's not funny so we can like sandwich this real quick.
Okay.
So did you hear about the FaZe Clan uproar that happened semi recently
The
about the whole
crypto.
cryptocurrency? Yeah.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, a couple members of FaZe Clan were on different platforms, YouTube, streams, etc., promoting Save the Children, a
Hmm.
cryptocurrency that was supposed to give a high percentage of the money earned, I think, to St. Jude's, is what they had claimed at the time. Um, and so they promoted it, right? They were like,
Hmm.
yeah, this is a great fucking cryptocurrency for a good cause. People should throw in money. And of course, because it came from esports personalities, it ended up going up huge
Yeah.
in stock value.
Hmm.
Um, and then immediately afterwards, plummeted. And when they looked at records, um, I,
Hi, Alex.
when they looked at records, it looked like your classic pump and dump scam that literally Wall Street has been doing for 100 million years. You
Yep.
tout some stock, the value goes up. You already had stock when it was at a low value. You sell when it's high, and then
And
the
then
fucking stock plummets.
reap the benefits of it. Yeah.
Right. So, um, this dude, who was one of the three major players in FaZe Clan, uh, we'll just call him K because that's his name. I don't want to like call him out like, but you know what? Fine.
Yeah.
Fraser fucking Cotier, K as his name, his handle is.
Yep.
Got caught up in this. Got kicked from FaZe Clan. Got along with the other two guys, basically lost his career over
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah.
Um, so the other day he came out and he was like, "Hey, so I just want to explain that," and this is kind of what he said. And I watched the video. It was actually kind of weirdly adorable. He was like, "I just trusted the wrong people.
Hmm.
They had said this was what it was. They told me in earnest that it was for the Save the Children's thing, and I just trusted the wrong people. I was stupid. I didn't know very much about cryptocurrency, but I thought attaching my name to something that was like charitable, that this would be okay. So at the end of the video, he basically says, "Hey, I have a dedicated email that I've set up now. If you send me proof
Hmm.
that I accidentally like had any part of you losing money, I will try to refund your money any way I can.
Yep. Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
I saw that video as well. That was genuinely one of those kind of uplifting moments in like restoring faith in humanity kind of thing, which is really good. Shitty that it happened in the first place as far as how everything went down. But like he said, he just trusted the wrong people. He had no knowledge of crypto, which combined with not trusting the right people, that's a horrible thing to kind of get into. So yeah.
The weird thing is that the guy that he trusted, Sam Pepper,
Mhm.
I went and did a little more digging on him. This guy has pulled shit like this and made um fake businesses and shit. Like he's kind of already had a shady past. Like, dude, he could have just done some cursory Googling and Kay might have completely never had this happen to him, you know? And
Yeah.
so this piece of shit comes up with this plan and tanks a person's career. Like, you know, that I don't know.
Yeah.
And just remember when you're gonna put money in places, kids, do some research. Don't just
Yeah.
trust the guy who says, I'm gonna sell you these magic beans and they're gonna fucking make this, you know, like
True. Very
do
true.
some research.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, due diligence, exactly, Blue. Yeah.
Yes.
Do the due diligence on things, and go from there.
And honestly, I know it's always annoying to have to do things like that, but seriously, it's like
Yeah.
that's the move.
Mhm.
That is the move.
Yep. So.
Want to go?
Alrighty. Did you have another streamer related one or?
No, but I do have one that's like just kind of weird. It's about an esports pro player.
Go for it then, because
Okay.
I don't have any specific personality one. Well, I kind of do, but we can tie it into something else.
Um, so this is funny, and this happened so recently that we don't have all the details yet because of where it comes from. So in China, an undisclosed League of Legends player went into an internet cafe. And I didn't know this, but apparently in a lot of Southeast Asian internet cafes, if a big name esports player or streamer or something like that, they actually get on the mic and they're like, "Oh shit, Kuvan Rad's here. Like, you want to fucking play against the best? He's here now." And so they kind of hype this person up when they walk in the door, which is kind of awesome. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But at that exact moment, and here's where it gets kind of funny and awful.
Ooh.
At that exact moment, an off duty cop came in to take a pee at the internet cafe, heard the announcement, looked over at who they were talking about because he was kind of standing at the front near the guy who was doing the announcement, and went, "Huh, guy kind of looks like the guy we were looking for." Went to the bathroom, fucking got on his police thing, went, looked up the, okay, huh, that really does look like him. Went back out into the cafe, took a photo of the guy, went back into the bathroom, and went, "Hey, on duty cops, does this look like the guy we've been looking for? Because we got sent that thing 3 days ago."
Oh,
And they went,
jeez.
"Yeah, it does look like him." So they went back out. Cops came. He called his on duty buddies. They came in and arrested him. It was him. They had just happened to send out a photo of him 3 days ago to all the local precincts. And right at the time that he gets announced, an off-duty cop is there and goes, "Hey, we're looking for that guy." Like, then he got arrested. They still don't know why. Nothing has been reported yet because, you know, China.
Yeah.
On why he was arrested yet or how long he'll be detained. But that is gotta be one of the worst cases of luck ever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Feeling all good about yourself. You're like, fucking hell yeah, dude. I'm a pro player in China, and I just walked in this random cafe and gets called, "Oh god," and they just start taking you out in handcuffs. Like, that's just savage.
Oh man, that has gotta suck. Seriously.
Yeah, and the fact that like we don't even know who it was yet, also kind of bummed me out. Like the article was like, you know, I'm assuming because it's like, you know, China, they're probably much harsher on like talking about people getting arrested and stuff. Like they don't want to do it
Yeah.
as much.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
communist countries kind of don't mind if people disappear.
Plus the simple fact of so little information tends to come out of China anyways.
Right.
So,
Right.
or gets into China. I mean, there's that whole like filter that like effectively separate internet that they have. So,
Yeah. I just thought that was ridiculously funny. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like it would be even funnier of a story if it was for like parking tickets or something like really innocuous. You know what I'm saying?
That really would be funny. Although something tells me it's not just for like parking tickets.
I'm assuming not either. They don't put you
Yeah.
on like the most wanted. Like, here's photos of these guys for parking tickets.
Yeah.
But man, it'd be funny if that's what it was.
Yeah. That would be kind of funny in all honesty.
All right. So I think that's all my people.
Okay. I have one that's somewhat person related, but it's also kind of a bummer drummer.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Nintendo on this one is being the bad guy.
Yeah, well,
but for legitimate reasons. Nintendo, back in May, this is an old one actually, but back in May, Nintendo shut down a ROM site. For those who aren't aware, ROMs are basically just, it's short for read-only memory. Basically, someone wound up cracking a game from like the NES, Super NES, that sort of era, even forward into like PlayStation 1 and 2, and put it on the internet free to be downloaded. Which is illegal. I know, shocking. Things on the internet can be illegal.
You can get stolen goods on the internet?
Yeah,
All right,
no.
I'm gonna have to cut this short.
But Nintendo basically filed a lawsuit to get this guy's website shut down. It was ROM Universe, I believe is what it was called.
Yep.
And then they slapped the owner of the website with a $2.1 million lawsuit in damages that he had to pay. Well, the courts was like, okay, fine. He'll pay it in monthly installments of $50. I know, breaking the bank there.
How long is he gonna live?
Who knows? But Matthew Storman, the guy who owned the site, he couldn't even pay the first monthly installment. So now Nintendo is taking him back to court again.
Yeah.
And it's like, the dude didn't even have $50 to pay you his first installment. What are you planning on getting out of him now? I mean,
so here's the thing on this. One, this actually started in 2019. This whole back and forth with the two of them.
Yeah, that is true.
And he had until today is the day where he has to destroy all the ROMs.
Mm-hmm.
So the 17th, he had to completely get rid of all those. But he has up until the 20th to file an injunction, meaning that he could basically delay it a little bit longer.
Yep.
But again, if that dude doesn't have $50, like, who's he gonna pay to even get that like injunction filed? That you have to have a lawyer to file an injunction. No, no person without law experience can do it.
Yep.
So I don't really know what they're trying to do. Like, I guess really it's kind of like just to like hammer home the point of like, don't fucking emulate our games.
Yeah, pretty much. But it goes even one step further than he has to destroy all the ROMs. He can also not play, trade, sell any of Nintendo's anything with the Nintendo trademark symbol on it.
Right, he's been effectively banned from Nintendo.
Yeah,
like,
so it's
don't
like
look at a Nintendo cartridge, somebody will show up at your door.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, really, Nintendo? Oh, geez, that.
I mean, look back. What was it, 2018, when they were trying to hit fucking streamers?
Yeah.
With like, come on, man. Nintendo's not nearly as the fanboys treat them.
Oh,
They're
I know.
kind of sometimes the worst.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's also partially why it's taken me up until now to even just be like, okay, yeah, I'll stream some Nintendo games on Twitch here, because it's like, okay, Nintendo has all the money in the world compared to what I could wield on Twitch. So if they come back and sit here and say, "Oh no, you can't do anything on Twitch that's Nintendo related," well, okay, fine,
Okay.
yeah. At
Well,
which
and that's
point,
why the community was in such a fucking uproar, and for good right. Like, let me
yeah,
say that,
oh
like,
yeah,
sometimes the community is not great, but in this one, it's like, dude, are you kidding me? So fans who love your products can't just play your games and talk about them? Like,
yep,
what the fuck,
yeah.
man?
That's basically
Like, without
what
you
Nintendo
giving him
was
that
saying.
purse string?
Yeah, and considering the simple fact that like streamers and YouTubers who play the games and show them to people live on stream or through videos, it's like, hey, I'm giving you good
Free marketing.
publicity. I'm giving you free marketing. And you're sitting here telling me, no, I can't do that. And I now have to pay you money because I did it. It's like, okay, fine. That's the easiest way to lose potential buyers.
And aren't you supposed to be the squeaky clean, like, ESRB, E for everyone company? Like, when you do shit like that, it just makes you look like a fucking scummy landlord who's
Mm-hmm.
just looking to make another $20 off of us. Like, and
Oh, yeah.
that's not to fucking put me onto a goddamn thing where I will also say this just because we're talking about it real quickly. Holy fuck, it is some bullshit, their pricing points of some games, because they're like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we're Nintendo, and where are you going to go?
Yep.
Like, we have Zelda, we have Metroid, we have Mario. Even a used copy of fucking a GameCube game is still $35 no matter where you go. Because they never let things go on sale. They never republish things. It's just, this is what it is. You deal with it or you don't.
Yep. Yep. Well, I will say this, and this gets into a whole different ball of wax as far as like used copies of games and things like that. Sadly, Nintendo or well, realistically, any developer, they don't get a
They get
share of that.
nothing.
They get nothing
Yeah,
of that.
they get nothing. Yeah, I know. But
So,
fucking GameStop knows
oh yeah, good, yeah,
where you're gonna go.
yep,
You want Mario? You want Zelda? This
hmm
is where you go. Like,
yep,
you know what I'm saying? And everything that Nintendo has ever done, where they like let somebody, except for the excellent Metroid Prime series, except for that, they
mm,
develop all that shit in house.
yep.
Oh wait, and Other M, but we do not speak of Other M. So whatever.
What
The
other
Team
M
Ninja
are you
one.
speaking of? I don't know of that
Yeah,
one.
exactly. We're fucking the baby. God
Yeah,
damn it, what a fucking pile. But like, that's how Nintendo keeps that control. Like, they make everything. They make those price points, and if they never put their own games on sale digitally, why the fuck should fucking
yeah,
GameStop? You know.
exactly, exactly. It's like they're doing Nintendo. I'm sure they'll actually. Yeah, yeah.
What do you say?
Blue says if you don't suck their dicks at Nintendo, I'm sure they'll act like you're the enemy. Truth, very much the truth there.
It's kind of their way or the highway, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just kind of how it is.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, since we're talking companies, let's talk companies.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm crossing stuff up. So back to it again.
Oh
The
God.
DFEH have come out and put a new statement regarding Riot Games. If you don't recall,
Uh-huh.
Riot Games, just like Blizzard and Activision, are going through this huge fight with their own employees and their own governments,
Uh-huh.
FYI, about sexual harassment, payments in the workplace being equal through genders, through anything. And this started, this one in particular with Riot. The DFEH started this investigation without Riot knowing in 2018. In 2019, this was when the big walkout happened.
Uh-huh.
When a whole bunch of people went, dude, Riot's a bunch of fucking pop collar douchebags, and this is all fucked up. So, flash forward to today, the DFEH comes out with a new statement saying they are sick and tired of Riot dragging their feet. So last year, the DFEH was said, you are dragging your heels on giving us government documents. We want these documents. This is part of our ongoing investigation into your practices of your hiring policies, your payment policies, your sexual harassment policies. You got to give us this shit. So, of course, the Riot lawyers fight and they said, okay, we'll give it to you January 2021. January 2021 comes and goes. They do not give it to them. The fucking government goes, all right, seriously, we want the documents. All right, sorry. How about April? April comes and goes. Now they go, okay, so again, we want this fucking documentation. It is now August, and they have still not received anything from Riot. So it is looking like Riot is going to fucking have to literally fight the government on this. And a lot of this, I think this is what fucking Riot's trying to do. What Riot's trying to do is wait out the people who still work at the company and the people who already left, which was tons, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Will be so much time will have elapsed that maybe they won't care as much. So that they won't come to the government and like to DFEH and say, hey, this is what happened to me. Here's all my stuff. So they're just dragging their heels in the hopes that people get distracted or bored and give up.
Yeah.
That is so fucked up, dude.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and as far as waiting for people to lose interest or anything like that,
it's a well proven theory.
Yeah, it is, but also at the same point in time, it's one thing that it's kind of like Riot may be waiting decades at that point, to be honest. Because true.
If the government literally is not willing to basically go into the building and start taking physical fucking hard drives, what do they care?
Yeah.
You know
yeah, that is very true.
Maybe the government will get fucking bored, find a new target. Maybe it'll be Blizzard next time and not us. Because fucking government is so goddamn... Wow, here comes tinfoil hat Alex. The government is so fucking slow at doing fucking anything that actually results in a result. We don't even care what the result is. A result that they know that they can just stall this shit in courts over and over and over and over. And eventually the media, because that's what the deal is, right? The media hypes shit up.
Mm-hmm.
It puts it in front of our faces as like, you know, the humans. And then we all go, rah, pitchforks and torches. And then they get into like the courtroom scenario and they go, well, we're going to take another fucking 19 months. Government doesn't pick up the story, or the media doesn't pick up the story the second, third, 50th time because we don't care anymore. We become desensitized to these article titles, and bam, they basically won a war of attrition. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you really win, and that's fucked up. Like, and I normally never say this, but like, dude, seriously, you've been waiting for 3 years now, almost. Documents. Get some dudes in suits.
Go fucking get in there and take them.
Take some hard drives.
Yeah.
Like, take some hard drives.
Yeah. That would pretty much be the smart thing to do at this point, because it's like they're not going to cooperate.
Right. And like, at what point do you go, okay, you are clearly not cooperating? Like, when is that point? You know, because even if they got there, I bet they'd have their fucking lawyers right at the door. Oh, you can't come in here. Private property. Yep, we're going to make a lawsuit. And then the fucking government would go, all right, we tried. And then they just leave like worthless bastards. Like, god damn, dude.
Yeah.
All right, tinfoil hat off. Sorry. That is my last rant against fucking how shite the government is. Or at least capitalism's government.
Yeah. That all for that one, or?
Yeah, I mean, unless you want me to like fucking go on for like 9 hours about how much this
No,
is
no,
bullshit,
not
because I
not.
could.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think we both could, to be honest. But yeah, no. Let's next. Alrighty. So, fuck. Let's do this one. Gigabyte, the hardware company, makes RAM, hard drives, motherboards, graphics cards, power supplies.
That'd be the one I would start with.
well, I was going to leave off and end with that one for the simple fact of that's the topic of the story. Is they're exploding? Well, not exploding, but basically, Gamers Nexus did a thing on specific models of power supplies. I don't remember the exact serial numbers and like that, but it was the a certain 750 and 850 watt power supply, and found that between the two versions of power supplies, 50% that they tested either blew up, failed, DOA, whatever, just did not work. Some of them were catastrophic failures, meaning that in their testing of the power supply, it's like, okay, we're testing it at 60% power load, 70, 80, 90, work it up to 100. Okay, tested it 110, 130, 140 to make sure that the safety precautions that are built into it work. And there are 6 of those safety precautions. And typically everything should be kicking in and automatically turning it off at that 140. At which point they then dial it back down and then incrementally go up until they find the exact point it fails at again. And then to wrap up the testing, make sure everything's working, dial it back all the way back down to 60 and make sure it still works as intended. For the ones that were failing mid-tests, they were failing all over the place. Like there was one that they were testing and it failed like at 75% on the ramp up. So it's like, what the fuck is this? And so they then started dissecting them. And it's like, okay, you got a 750 model here and a 750 model here. Exact same like serial number kind of like thing for the 750 model. These should have the exact same parts in them, effectively. And it would be like the capacitors in this one were from company A. The capacitors in this one were from company Q. And like company Q was never heard of by even Gamers Nexus. So it's like, what the hell is this?
Fuck, dude. That's like Dell back in the 90s. What
yeah.
the fuck? Except for Dell back in the 90s, you just get a piece of shit, not one that would set your house on fire, possibly.
Or potentially kill you.
Right.
Because keep in mind, even though a power supply is unplugged and powered off, there's still residual charges in those capacitors that are in there, and some of those are big enough to kill you if they discharged.
Well, because I saw the video, and the video literally did show actual fire coming out of one.
Yep.
And with like the plastic and wire that's all your fucking PC is, like that is definitely like a huge. I didn't know that it was a 50% fail rate though. Good lord.
Now keep in mind, the ones that they tested, they only had like 12 or so that they could test of total between the 750 and 850s. But still, 50%, that's fucking nuts.
I mean, there's no way that, okay, like let's use that as an example, right? There's no way they only tested fucking, let's call it 10. You know what I'm saying? They had to have tested 12 of them, which means they would have seen 6 of them burst in a flame or fucking, come out with like a skull head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way they didn't notice that. And then they were like, 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 what the fuck, man?
Yeah. What's even worse is the way that some of these were being sold, specifically through Newegg. They were being sold as a forced bundle when you bought a graphics card. And this was during that whole, like, you have to enter this lottery to be able to purchase a graphics card. And if you were one of the lucky ones in the lottery, you could then purchase the graphics card. And in purchasing that graphics card, you had to get this PSU as well. And it's like, well, the PSU failed, and under Newegg's return policy for this bundle, you had to return the graphics card too. Now just let that sink in for a moment. I bought the graphics card. I didn't need the power supply. The power supply fails, but I now need to return the graphics card. Even though the power supply failed that you forced onto me. Why do I need to return the graphics card?
Which also kind of looks bad for Newegg too, because
Yeah.
like I wonder if that just means Newegg had a boatload of these sitting around the warehouse, and they were like,
Oh, yeah.
"All right, how's the easiest way to get rid of them? Bundle them."
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, like whatever.
Forced
who
bundle.
cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like,
the thing that is really shitty, and this is what Gamers Nexus came to a conclusion of after looking at all the evidence, all the reviews, and everything that was out there in public domain, and from what they also tested. Because also, as far as reviews of these power supplies, roughly 53% of all the reviews were saying that they failed, were DOA, did not work effectively. Yeah, garbage.
wow.
So, I mean, at this point, Gamers Nexus, in their conclusion wrap-up of their video, said Gigabyte had to have known this model, these two models, had design flaws. They had to have known.
I said it.
Yeah.
I said it, and I'm not that fucking smart. But I said it because again, even if you're testing 12, you're just looking at a much smaller fucking test bed. They test hundreds before they go out the door. Like that's ridiculous, dude. That is ridiculous.
Savage,
Especially with something like fire.
Yeah.
You know, like fire, man. Like,
yeah, exactly. Savage, as far as the power supplies being could be refurbished, no, they could not. The way that Gamers Nexus was showing where the failures was, they were very key components, and typically when they do fail, it's not just pop fizzle, okay, that's it, just pull that part, put a new one in, you're good to go. It's sparks, fire, charred areas of the power supply internals. It's the whole thing needs to be replaced. You can't just pull the part, put a new one in, and then boom, you're good to go. So as far as these broken ones being refurbished, no, there's no way in hell they could be refurbished. It could always be a bigger problem if you chose to do this with products you know our shit. Yeah, that's very true. I guess they needed the money to and rep be damned. Maybe not. I honestly though, the fact that a company would know that this is a faulty model and still said, yeah, let's just sell it on our website and sell it to our resellers, that's just really shitty, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
you want to talk some fun speedrunning stuff?
Oh hell yeah! You know I'm always up for some. Dude, I've got like 4 things of speedrun in my lineup.
Which is funny because I was gonna text you and be like, "Hey, so which one of these should I bring up, and which ones can you?" Because I know you're kind of like you're like if I'm like the fighting game, like first-person shooter, like online guy, you're like the speedrun
guy.
Like,
yeah. Which is why we also have really great chemistry, because yes, we do have some overlap, but we also have our own separate specialties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's a good thing, right?
Oh hell yeah.
So the one that I found most interesting that I'd like to talk about first was the okay, let's start again. Let's start from here. I know that the boys who are in the chat already know what speedrunning is. Speedrunning is the act of trying to beat a game at the fastest time possible. There you go. So interestingly, in the world of speedrunning, like 10 to 20 seconds can be a huge skip, depending on how tight the record is. Like that's just the thing, right? He's poking the back of your chair.
Yeah, I know. I can feel it.
Okay.
He says hi.
Hi. So in Metal Gear Solid, last week, a streamer named Boba was playing Metal Gear Solid for her first time ever. And she was doing it on stream, and she got to a segment where she had accidentally alerted some guards, and she spun and she tried to attack them back, and one of the AIs kicked her. And what it did was it kicked her through a locked door to a section that you shouldn't ever have been able to access at that point. And the speedrunning community had never seen it before. It's ended up being about a 1.5 to 2 minute skip. They're not quite sure, but a 1.5 to 2 minutes is huge.
Oh god, yeah.
Speedrunning.
Yeah.
What it is it's during the part with the communication towers where you have to like go up and down the towers on the ladders over and over again, and you basically cut that part out. You completely cut the climb of the ladders. A couple of people within the MGS speedrunning community, after looking through the replay a bunch of times, she didn't even know, by the way. She just did this, and it just happened to fall into the lap of one of the MGS Reddit streams. And then they started like digging into it, which is super cool in all honesty.
Oh yeah.
So they started digging into it, and they were like, this is actually fairly reliable. Like, which is again, reliability to a speedrunner is reliability means you can basically do a particular bug on demand. Like you need to do this here to skip to this place. That's what they mean when they say reliable.
Reproducible as well. Yeah.
Right.
Reliable, reproducible. Same thing.
Right. Like it's a bug. But yeah, so the early indications are that this girl accidentally stumbled into like a 1.5 2 minute cut off on her first playthrough, which is super cool because the community's thank you Bobo, good job, appreciate your fucking work here, darling. And the MGS speedrunning community has been super cool about like thanking her for it. She actually like a couple of the people like basically got in contact with her and were like, super amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. She was like, hey, no problem. I didn't even know how to do it, but I'm glad. She thought that when it happened, that it must happen all the time. Like that it was but once the the community saw it, they were like, holy shit, this is a huge cut. Yeah, super cool.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Love it. Also just a shameless promotion here. Games Done Quick has a week-long charity event going on right now for Malala Fund. They're Flame Fatales, the all-female streamers cast, the whole 9 yards. It's going on right now. So
oh, that's awesome. And it's like literally, I wonder if they went so far as the entire production crew also ladies. That's awesome. That is really cool, dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Femme Fatale, that's a good move.
Anyone that identifies with the she her pronoun, basically.
Sure. That's awesome.
So
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a really cool step forward.
Yep. Shall we continue in with speedrunning funness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay. Small game, I bet no one's ever heard of it. 007 GoldenEye. I mean, you've never heard of it, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
apparently, system called the N64. I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently, a supposed impossible trick to do, and this was on the, I believe it was, on the Aztec bonus level of the game. The route that currently was world record has you go a little bit out of the way to pick up some body armor.
A lot out of the way.
Yeah, well, yeah. A lot out of the way, pick up this body armor, because this was also supposed to be done on the 007 or 00 agent, or the hardest difficulty. Yeah, 00 agent. Okay. The hardest difficulty of the game. And for 20 years, it was a thing of, you have to go get this body armor just to survive getting to the end of the level. One guy managed to reroute it to not get the body armor and survived getting to the end of the level. So it took 20 years and countless amounts of redoing everything.
So I would like to expand on the story a smidge. So do you know what was holding everyone up?
The main thing that was holding everyone up was the simple fact, from the understanding I have, the enemies were all using rifles and Moonraker lasers. So the
Well,
amount
yes.
of damage coming in was so immense.
That's in the last round, though. That's in the last room. The problem is, right before it, there's an auto turret. And that
Oh.
auto turret would cut your health down, that when you got into that final room, there was basically nothing you could do because your health
Okay.
would already be so lowered from that auto turret. And the answer, which is unbelievable to me, that it took 20 fucking years, the guy walked forward very slowly. The auto turret now turns on his player model. It did not fire. Then he walked out, and what it does in the programming, the turret has to go back to 0.
Mhm.
And in that time, so he triggers it to look, it looks at him. Then as he fucking backs out, it starts to go back. He just ran. He just
Oh,
ran
jeez.
past the fucking turret. How did that take them 20 years? No offense, fucking people in the fucking GoldenEye speedrunning community. That is insane to me that no one ever just went, huh, huh, and then just ran. Like, that is insane. And the guy literally got into the last room. He had full health, and he ended up taking it down to 134, I want to say, which is
Wow.
an insanely quick run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so crazy to me. Like, what a simple fucking solution, and like nobody had ever tried that before, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shows you how cool and diverse the speedrunning community can be because of, you know, the wildly different genres of games that are being played.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Hell, the one game that people seems to be a big thing that people are playing now, well, maybe not big thing, but one I've never heard of, GeoTracker.
Oh yeah.
Basically, it's Google Maps,
Yep.
and you just look around and try and figure out where the initial drop puts you at, and pinpoint
Right.
that on a map.
Right.
And it's
actually
literally anywhere in the world.
Yep. And I've seen some people playing it. I just went to go like
Or yeah,
random,
GeoGuessr.
GeoGuessr, yep.
Yeah.
And there's like obviously some hints, right? It's not like
Yeah.
because again, it's based on Google Maps, so you're going to be on a street.
Yep.
So you'll have, you know,
Street signs. Yeah, you won't have like actual
Nothing.
license plates, but
Right.
you'll have to guess from the environment and get clues from the environment that's around you, kind of a thing.
It is pretty impressive, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Like, I
it
wish I
really
was
is.
that smart because I watched some guy who was really good at it. I watched a stream for like, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes. Like, I was high, to be fair, but I was interested.
Yeah.
And like the things that he was picking out were like really bizarre. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so this bicycle hasn't been around in like 30, 40 years. So it's got to be somewhere in Eastern Europe. I was like, what? Like, what a fucking obscure thing to know. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that.
And
I think that's a cool idea.
and on one like GDQ ESA kind of thing that I saw recently, they did a spotlight of it kind of to show it off. The guy drops in and he immediately picks up on a telephone pole that's like half hidden in bushes. There was like yellow and black stripes going diagonally down it. And he's like, okay, because that's a stripy pole, that means I'm down like in Chile. And it's just like, how can you like see that and identify and realize that's Chile like that fast?
Wonder if maybe geographers, like people with geography degrees or something, like
Yeah.
I don't even know.
But look at it from this perspective, though. Okay, what the people who play GeoGuessr are doing, it's the same as people who do like Super Mario Odyssey, low capture percent and things like that, where they have to hit a frame perfect trick that has multiple inputs for like a series of 20 tricks in a row, and that's just to get up one layer in Bowser's castle. And you have to do that multiple times, kind of a thing. So it's like, okay, they're doing effectively the frame perfect tricks, just in a mental capacity, not with a controller, so to speak. So different speedruns require you to do different skills, whether it be frame perfect tricks or pause buffering or just knowing more geography and what is in what countries of the world. So
Also
it's
kinda
really
cool to, like,
interesting.
Because I only really got into like watching speedruns and shit like I don't know 4 or 5 years ago,
Mhm.
5 or 6.
Mhm.
But like it's really cool because there's so many communities going on
Mhm.
inside of it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh
Like you
yeah.
kind of have to be a specific kind of lunatic to get into it. You kind of have to be a specific kind of lunatic to even watch it, to be frank, right? But
True.
if the couch is good, because that's one of the first things when I first started getting into it, I was realizing that like if the person who's playing and the people who he has with him are fun and know the game as well as they do and can fill in those because there's times in speed runs where there's just downtime, right? Like be it for donations, be it for conversations on the couch. But if you get all of those elements right, you end up making a really fun speed run to watch. And I've seen some like 6, 7, 8, 9 hour long speed runs that have actually been really, really fun. That like it's just because of the people. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's
Oh yeah.
it's fun because of the people.
Oh my god, yeah. One person I will definitely say that was I watched recently on ESA, European Speedrunner Assembly. Uh, he did what was it, Sonic 3, I believe it was. But the way that I don't know how he was able to do this. He was the runner, the commentator, and the donation reader.
Holy shit.
But the thing is, though, Argic is known for having super high energy just when playing, being the streamer. So he then basically had to then take that as the streamer, be the commentator as well, and be the donation reader when he had like down moments between doing tricks and not commentating his own run. So it's like,
It's pretty awesome.
damn. Now,
That's pretty
granted,
awesome.
he did also have some help on the backside as far as uh, the tech crew giving him like, oh hey, here's some good donations to read kind of a thing. So
Sure. But still impressive.
yeah, yeah.
Have you ever watched The Mexican Runner by any chance?
Yes, he's actually been
He
popping up
is
on my Twitch
he's so
suggestions.
fucking charming and he's
Yeah.
so funny and he's so goddamn good. Like anything he gets his hands on, he's filthy.
Battletoads Hypertube
Yeah,
blindfolded.
I know.
That alone should tell you how good he is.
Yeah.
And it's just like
When Cuphead came out, he literally dominated everybody for
Yeah.
like those first like 4 to 5 months. Like
Mhm.
he was just like, yeah, I can just do that.
Yep.
He's unbelievably godlike. And if
Mhm.
you're into speedrunning, he streams and it's just the Mexican runner.
Yep.
And it's usually under the old school category, and he just sits around and plays NES games, and he is a nutty boy, dude.
Mhm.
The guy is fucking nutty.
I saw him recently. He was playing some Commodore 64 games.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So like it's a wild gamut of what he winds up streaming on his channel as far as retro games. So
Yep.
highly suggest if you want to see some really top tier retro speedrunning, go check his channel out. Seriously.
And he's
It's
got
just
an
great.
adorable fucking because English is his second language. He also has an adorable ass fucking Mexican accent, and it is super cute.
Yeah.
I literally want to pinch that dude's cheeks. He is just the cutest little guy. He's like, yeah, you're doing it, little guy.
Yep.
He's so impressive, dude. I like he was one of the first guys that I ended up finding, like when I started getting into it. Yeah, top tier. Like if you're into that thing, so go follow him, dude, because his shit is always a banger.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so you want to go for another speed running?
Sure.
Go for it.
Oh, do you not have any more?
I do, but go ahead.
Okay.
This is your domain. You do your thing.
Okay.
King.
Okay.
I just like that new. I'm trying to roll in King into my dialogue.
Okay. I'm assuming you're talking about King from the Owl House.
No.
Oh,
you know how
okay.
girls are like, yes, queen.
Oh, okay.
Boys
Okay.
were supposed to be going, yes, king. Like,
Okay.
so I'm trying to roll
Whatever.
it in my vernacular.
Okay. So this one's kind of a little bit of a downer, but cool as far as speedrunning goes. Mario Kart 64, again, game no one's ever heard of. Um,
Little known developer.
yeah, yeah. So this is now the first time ever that someone has had all 32 track world records. One person has all 32 track world records, which that in alone is really cool.
Yeah.
The downfall, and this is the part that really sucks. For a long time, it was a rivalry, like between, as far as 1 and 2, between two guys, and they would basically be trading records back and forth on various tracks in the game. Then one of them, like they were still both playing the entire time. One of them started falling silent as far as posting new records, though, because he was holding them back. He wasn't making them public. And then all of a sudden, bam, like 16 new records, all posted in one day. And the guy who at the time was the number one as far as records on pretty much most of the tracks
What
said,
was his handle?
It doesn't have a handle. Matthias Rustmeyer.
Okay.
He basically said, "I'm done. I quit," because the other guy just flooded the boards, and it's like that was he said that was a massive betrayal as far as sportsmanship.
Interesting.
So it really is really shitty that the other guy, which I don't remember his name right off the top of my head, and I don't see it right here. But the fact that the other guy just flooded the boards and said, "Hey, look, I got all 32 records now, haha," without really giving an opportunity for anyone else to try to beat, like knock him out, give him difficulty to get the 32, was kind of shitty.
That's interesting too, right? Like, because what we're talking about now is like polite society, right? Like what they had done was what was normally done in the speedrunning community. I beat you here. I submit my record. I show you the tapes. Okay, cool. I get the new record. Like,
Yeah.
But to play devil's advocate, like, is there anything like actually illegal about that? No,
No.
there isn't. So I see it from both sides, but you're right. It does kind of come off it as like assholey to
Mhm.
kind of like, why hold, like, for what reason? Because what, you didn't want competition? And if he hadn't quit, wouldn't that just like, maybe that was what he was thinking. I mean, like, if you and I had been in a rivalry for years, right? And I
Mhm.
keep beating your record and then you beat mine, and like, would I expect that you just quit if I was like, bam, I just beat 10 of your records, boom? Like, no, I wouldn't expect that either. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Definitely not the most fun thing to.
It's not gentlemanly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's, I guess
I,
at
I
the end of
even
the day,
I
like,
actually even think they admit that they kind of had a gentleman's agreement as far as, hey, you get a record, you post it effectively, and then for the one guy to fall silent for how long was it?
like, because that's the thing, is like, because it feels like you ever play in the fucking playground when you were like a kid and
Mhm.
you were like, I shoot with the referee's beam, and the kid's like, all right, well, I stop it with my heat shield, and then there's always that one asshole who's like, I
And
stop it with my everything proof shield, and you're like,
yeah,
fuck you, kid, we're never playing with you again.
yeah,
Like that's kind of what it feels like, which is like a weird analogy, but like, I don't know,
Mhm.
like that just feels bad, man. Like,
Yeah,
but again, he couldn't have known that the kid was gonna be like, "Fuck you, I'm taking my toys and going home," you know? Because like, and P.S. Not to be devil advocate still, but like, dude, be a little more mature. Like, you know, like
True, true.
that's a pretty immature response. Like, I would have been like, "Holy fucking shit." I, okay, that's fucked up that you did that. Like, and you could say that probably, but
But
fine. I guess this is now you've changed the like the scale of war. Then I'm gonna go away for 6 months, and I'm gonna come back with new records. Like, you know, I don't know.
to be fair, the guy Dan, I don't remember if they mentioned his full name here, but Dan apparently uh unhoarded 15 world records in June 2020, and after 15 months of being silent,
Okay, that's a bit egregious. 15 months.
he drops 15 world records in one day. And it's like,
Yes.
you had to have been holding them. There's
Yeah.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And 15 months, dude, that's a year and a quarter.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
So-
that's a little shady.
Yeah.
That's just shady.
Hmm.
But again, I get like it's hard when we're talking about speed runs that this is all for like the pride and the sake of doing it, right?
Yep.
These are
Yep.
These are
There
just
is
things that-
literally nothing at stake other than I have the world
Right.
record. That's it.
right. Like that is it's just a pride thing.
Yeah.
So, like, if the only thing on the line ostensibly is pride and or maybe followers, but like, you know, it, yeah, that's weird.
Mhm.
That's a really big gray area.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so interesting about gaming as a whole, is that we have so much of so many different facets of gaming.
Mhm.
But I think that like fucking dude, when somebody kills me in a really fucking lame ass way when they're laying prone in R6 next to a door that nobody ever does that, I always go, "Oh, you rat bastard!" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the line? You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Especially kind of like the early days of quote unquote current ish gen multiplayer. Halo split screen.
Sure. Can
Yeah.
you look or can you not?
Oh,
I look.
okay.
I look.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right here now. I look.
I will sit here and say I did not look, but I also had extremely good peripheral vision when playing split screen, so it's kind of like, gotta kind of narrow my vision here.
Here's the
But-
deal, dude. We are both on the exact same play, and I learned this actually, coincidentally, in Halo. We all have the same information. It is 4 of us in one arena. We all know the maps well enough. You have that opportunity to look too. Like,
True.
I'm
true.
a screen, but at least, at the very least, I'm honest with the boys that I'm playing with. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm looking. Like,
Yeah,
I will 100%
that is true.
look. You're on complex. You're on the bottom section. You're about to come up that ramp. I'm coming for you. Like,
Yeah.
but at least I'd have the balls to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a beer real quick. Are you cool with that?
The thing I really hated, I will say this, is for a lot of the guys that I played with, everyone knew I was really good with the sniper rifle. And it basically was a thing of Rich has the sniper rifle, everyone versus him.
Right.
Or if I had it and no one realized it yet and started scoping down on someone, they would be like, "Oh, dodging, ha ha ha!" And it's like, "Oh, come on, quit being a dick."
Well,
So
what about Smash Brothers? You ever play Smash Brothers 4 players, and then all of a sudden there's that one guy who's like, "Hey, he's still got 3 stocks," and then everyone turns on you. You're like, "Okay, asshole, you're just
True,
gonna bring that
true.
shit up."
true.
Like, dude, like this is the shit that like I guess like as fucking gamers, like we gotta have these conversations. What is or is not honorable? Like, you know?
True. And realistically, for each game genre, whatever you're playing, the rules change. So
Right.
and
And it's
even
exactly
then,
right.
it's also certain environments. Like if you and I are playing Halo locally on the same Xbox, we could sit here and say, okay, we can screen look. But as soon as like we start doing bigger matches, Halo 1 did up to 16 people? Was it? Yeah. Say we could somehow hook up 16 separate Xboxes with 16 different TVs.
There's 4.
Well, still. Well, Magic Land here. We're doing Magic Land now.
Fair.
At that point it's kind of like, okay, well, we all have our own TV, no screen looking kind of thing. But I mean,
No, fuck that, because you've been to my house. Sorry, boys.
True,
If
true.
you're on my fucking console, on my fucking TV, and there is 3 of you, I am still going to screen look.
That
I
is true,
will
that
tell
is
you
true.
to your face.
yeah,
Like,
that is true.
I think that's the fun. I think that that's part of the fun. is where we all try to find that line of like, dude, okay, you know how like it's really lame when you play a Ken in Street Fighter and all he does is just throw fireballs and just wait for you to jump in and you're like, God damn it, dude, this is so boring and like so garbage. But again, it is a legal strategy within the game, you know,
True.
like
Very true.
either deal with it or lose.
Yeah. Come up with a
Like-
workaround or just don't complain
Walk away
about it.
like a baby and never play Street Fighter ever again.
Yeah.
I'm taking my Street Fighter home and fuck you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I grab a beer real quick?
I was gonna say, you go grab a beer. I'm gonna go pee, and we'll reconvene afterwards.
Look at your husband's.
Yeah,
belly.
I know.
Just slap that thing. Do it. No, do it. Seriously. I mean, it makes me so happy.
Be right back.
Hold on. Yep, still made the thing do the thing.
Okay.
I was trying not to blow everyone's eardrums out with them.
Ah,
Yeah, we were just talking about, you know, like going back again. I'm just gonna do this really quick, and then we'll get back to news because we have tangent the shit out of this topic.
oh, I know. But that's not a bad thing, too.
It's not. I mean, it's
Yeah.
always fun.
Yeah.
But like at my house when you were playing GoldenEye, nobody could play Odd Job.
Yeah.
Like,
That
sorry,
that was like
you
a
have-
global rule, pretty much.
right. But dude, I went to a couple places where that was not the case,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like, put a fart in your mouth, Odd Job player. I hope I ate Taco Bell. Yeah. All right. So, do we have one more speedrun thing? Because I don't.
I
I thought you had 4.
No, I don't have
Okay.
any more.
Okay, then I've got one that I'd like to talk about.
Sure.
So Fortnite just put in a new mode, and it is basically it's Among Us. It's Among Us.
Interesting.
So there is, if you can even play in customs, which is cool, with a minimum of 4 players. But if you're a Fortnite player and you also liked, you know, last year's kind of weirdly breakout hit, even though it came out 2 years prior, yeah, and you have to go and stand at things and type in the things. There's 2 killers. Yeah, same thing. Here's the other thing that's a little weird. Literally, last week, Black Ops Cold War added a mode called Double Agent. And guess what Double Agent is?
Nice.
Legitimately Among Us. Yep.
Okay.
So if you're into either of those games and you like Among Us, both Cold War has Double Agent now, and Fortnite has Fortnite Imposters. They're both temporary game modes. But I really like Among Us, so if you got friends that you're into that kind of vibe,
Play them while they last.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show that, hey, here's a great game. How can we, either as the development company or as player base, mod this other game that we like to incorporate aspects of the one that's really fun and doing well.
Yeah.
So
and it's a nice nod. They like, because I mean, Among Us isn't. They're not the first game that's ever done that mode.
No, they're not.
But it's cool to see that, because I got to tell you, I haven't played Among Us in almost a year at this point. Because I was all aboard, like everyone finally started playing it, and I was like, I am all about that shit. And then after like 4 or 5 months, you kind of know your friends, and you kind of know the way they lie and the kind of way that, I was like, all right, well, I'll come back when there's a new map, because there's only been 3, and I still haven't come back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's fun though.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Let's talk about this one, because this one kind of hits where the wallet is.
Okay.
Steam. Little digital platform no one knows about. Steam.
Okay, we're done with that running gag. We're good. Wrap it up.
Yeah. So apparently, there was a glitch in adding money to your Steam wallet, to where if you went to purchase, or if you went to add money and then change your email or change something about your profile at the same time, you would effectively add an infinite amount of money to your wallet. And Steam obviously very quickly patched it. The kind of shitty part, most companies, when someone tells them of a horribly evil, bad, whatever preface you want to call it, breaking bug like this, for example, Riot was offering, what was it? I think it was $100,000 for the community to find exploits and bugs in Valorant. Steam offered the guy that found the bug $7,500.
Hey man,
which
$7,000.
Yeah, $7,500. It's nothing to sneeze at, but I mean, it's also kind of like, Steam, you literally have hundreds of printing presses in your basement printing money 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
You could have offered a little bit more than just $7,500.
I mean, 75. Okay, here's the difference. Did they offer him cash, or did they offer him $7,500 in Steam bucks?
It does not say.
That is a little insulting.
Yes, it does not say. All the article really says is that they gave him $7,500 as a reward.
Okay, well let's hope that it was $7,500 real dollars.
Yeah,
because you can't pay rent with Steam bucks,
Yeah.
I still think, and actually this is the second story within as many weeks, actually, about Steam having an exploit found, and some good Samaritan raising their hand and being like, hey, this is fucked up. Maybe we should fight. Maybe we should, did he just limp? What the hell's wrong with his foot?
Me.
At the very least, I guess it's kind of a nice thing to say about the community, is raising their hands, because that dude didn't have to say shit, right?
Yeah,
he didn't have to say fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how good my moral fiber is. I might not have said anything. I might have added infinite dollars and then been like, I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the sweet reward of $7,500.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how companies will reward people that aren't direct employees or whatnot, that come back to them and say, hey, this is something I found. It's potentially horribly game breaking, or it rips off rips you off of money or whatnot, and how the company then rewards the person for reporting said bug. Because I've also heard of cases where it's like, just to go into the Wayback Machine, one of the earlier versions of Magic Arena where like you actually had a 3D sprite that would walk around in between all the various tables of people playing and like that. Someone reported a bug as far as how to guarantee getting foil cards when they purchased them, and Magic or Wizards was just like, oh, okay, cool, thank you, ban. And it's like,
They banned him?
They banned him. It's like, dude, what the fuck? I didn't even take advantage of the system. I just found out how to do it, and you come back with a ban on me? Fuck you, man.
Yeah. I mean, again, not to say that Wizards are a bunch of monsters, but they are a corporation.
Yes.
Like, they are a corporation in the most literal sense.
Yep.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah.
I mean, $7,500, dude. Seriously.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My rent is $1,250. Like, so that's a couple months rent. If full stop. I'd be happy with it. Like, I'm a poor piece of shit. That's
hell, that's 6 months. 6 months of rent for you.
It's a lot of 305 100s. Like, a lot of Busch Light, baby. Since we're talking gamey, old-timey things, I'd like to talk about this too. So Halo Infinite is coming out in November, right?
Yep.
343 has been doing a closed beta for a while now, in fact.
Yeah.
They have turned off assassinations. For those of you who don't know, assassinations are when you run up behind somebody and you melee kill them. It's a one-hit death. But if you hold the button, there's like this really dope animation, and there's like a bunch of them. Like, they've been doing this since, I want to say, 4. And they're really cool. Like, they just look badass. It's like Master Chief or faux Master Chief gets like an elbow to the back of the head of the guy. He lunges over, you kick him in the dick, and he goes flying off. And you're like, yeah, satisfying. They're turning them off because they feel like, and this is turning them off at launch too, FYI.
Yep.
They feel like people keep turning them off in customs because it takes too damn long to get the animations to run. Which I understand, because basically you're standing there when I'm elbowing, dropping you, and then kicking you in the junk. That's like 10 seconds. Let's just pick a number. You're just standing there, and then somebody else can kill you and whatever. I feel like the easy answer here would just be speed up the animations by, let's call it 1.5, or hell, if you had 1.75. Like, problem solved. But again, animations are a fickle mistress.
Right? Yeah, because I mean, you don't want to speed them up too much, because then they look comical
or goofy AF.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of need to strike a balance. Did you play Doom, right?
Yeah.
The original one, the 2016. Doom at that speed, where it's just like, okay, cool, like fast, in, out, done. The problem is that, like, in Doom there was an incentive to do it.
Yeah.
When you melee killed a guy, he dropped health.
Yep.
Not the case in
Halo. There's no incentive here to do it at all.
Right. Except for style points.
Yeah.
Right.
Which.
So I get where they're coming from, but that is a little lame/lazy. And also, wouldn't you think that dude, you haven't put on a new Halo in years. In your fucking focus testing, nobody said, hey, this takes forever. And you went, look how cool they look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that is very true. I will also say, because I think I read the same article, they're turning them off, and even though the development studio themselves does like them.
Yeah.
So it's not a thing of, development doesn't like these animations or anything, or doesn't like assassinations. They do like them too. It's just, like you said, the player base is sitting here saying they take too damn long. So
right. It's gameplay adverse. That's it's a negative for the player who wants to do it. Now, again, I would say, and this is me, Alex Quino, the fucking cuck. I love styling on people, and I will do it at any chance I have in a multiplayer game, and I will get killed for it sometimes. But I feel like, dude, people teabag still to this day. It is 2021, motherfucker. Like, like, and people still teabag. Like, so speed it up, figure out, like, or cut the animations. But again, this is where it goes to how much time do you want to invest in the animators, right?
Yep.
Cutting frames so that it doesn't look ridiculous, so that it's not sped up to a comical point. There is time and effort involved here.
Yeah.
To get that to a point. So I see where they're coming from, but as Alex Quino, the guy who always sets the style, I'm like, damn it, that's annoying because I like styling on motherfuckers.
Yeah. The other thing is also making sure that when speeding up or cutting whatever the solution they go with as far as these animations, they don't wind up the way of Destiny 2's coin flip. In case you don't know, the Destiny 2 coin flip emote, when you do it in a certain situation, you wind up invincible.
Right, it's got iframes on it.
Right. Well, the thing is, though, you do it, and the way you do it, you like either cancel out of it early or something like that, but the iframes don't disappear. So you can't be killed. And I believe it was people were activating it specifically in a PvP environment too. So it's like, ha, fuck y'all bitches. Which is why now Bungie has sat there and disabled it. And for people who do have it, it still sits there. Like, they have it, but it says disabled. So it's like...
And see, and that's funny too. So, like, let's talk about that. Let's expand on that for a second. What do you do for players that have now lost it? Do you, like, give them a new one, the exact same carbon copy, but one that's basically fixed, bug-free? Or do you let those people keep that one? They can't use it in game, but they get a special one, that, like, a new special. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like, I totally see what you're saying. I would think it would be easier to, or at least I would hope, it would be easier to fix the existing one than to redo a whole nother one. But, I mean, either way, it costs time, money, energy across multiple people to do it. So...
It also depends, like, if it's a common or an uncommon, like, emote. Like, if it was... Good.
I mean, I'm just trying to think. I don't have it directly. I want to say it was considered a exotic, which is the highest tier.
Right. So that means I personally, okay, if I was working at Bungie, again, I'm just some random designer guy, but I would want to give players that had that something special. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some emote, maybe even some, like, mock emote where it's like you go to flip the coin, but then you just hold it up in your hand and you've already got it and you go,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the coin's gone. Like, something to give those dudes something, because if you just turn it off, that's fucking rude. But if you lean in a little bit and you give it the nod and you give them something that is equally as rare, and when other players see it, they're like, oh damn, that's dope, that guy's actually got that.
Yeah.
But again, comes down to time and money and resources.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it's you.
Okay. Let's well, considering you kind of touched on it, and we're talking about Halo Infinite already. As you mentioned, they're still doing closed beta testing. People are teabagging, so everything is still reality as we know it. Except here's the kicker. Bots are reported teabagging too. Yeah.
What?
And Bungie has sat there and said, officially, we have no code in the game for the bots to activate a teabagging style when they kill a player. It's just messed up AI pathfinding that's doing it. I call shenanigans on that.
Yeah.
Because the way they said it was, we have no let me actually pull up the article on this, because I want to quote them word for fucking word on this one.
Like, okay, I mean, just just to put it my fucking 2 cents in here, like there isn't some AI scripter who was like, you know,
Oh
it'd be
yeah,
hilarious. Like when an AI bot kills a human,
it
1 out of
teabags.
35,
Yeah,
go teabag. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Oh god, yeah, I know.
I
But
like.
to quote them, we don't have explicit programming that tells a bot to teabag or taunt you in any way.
Mm,
You also have AI scripting in there to roughly, to a certain degree, learn how other players are playing. So,
yeah,
methinks they learned how to teabag. Thank
I
you.
don't. I very much. I doubt that's the case. I bet it's an AI programmer who just thought it was funny.
That is more probable.
Way more likely.
Uh,
And also, hats off to you, sir. Thank you for fucking joining Planet Earth. I appreciate you. Not
but,
all heroes wear capes.
yeah, but I also want to say the video that they have, it's actually kind of hilarious because they're it's obviously shot from the player's perspective. They're squaring off against a bot. The bot kills them, and then all of a sudden the bot just runs over and like it kills the player next to a large ramp. So the bot runs over and it, like is
Oh.
aiming up and then like teabag, and it's just like, if that's supposed to be AI pathfinding, then what's it aiming at up there? And why
Yeah.
did it come directly over to the corpse and teabag? It,
So
it it really is suspicious. It's very sus at that point.
I don't disagree. But as a guy who made his own game with AI, um, they are dumb as bricks until they are not.
Yeah.
So there is like a bell curve to it,
Mhm.
like where basically if you go to a point, they are going to be so much better than humans because they can have inhuman reactions,
Mhm.
um and they have all the information,
Yep.
unlike a human.
Yep.
So this could be a thing that underneath the hood we have no idea why it's choosing to do that. Like there is that option, there is that option. But
True.
it is kind of very funny that it is for first person shooter. And PS, you could make the argument that Teabags literally started with Halo. You could make that argument.
True. You really could.
So it would be extra funny,
Yeah.
I don't know, that to me would be amazing. Like
Mhm.
I would like it if they were like, yeah, we kind of thought that'd be funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, yeah, it's kind of funny. I just don't like it when it happens to me. Like, you know.
Yep.
Um. Uh. Oh, okay. So I only got 4 left. What do you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, we might not be able to do all these tonight.
Okay.
Um, well, because last time we were fucking here for 2 hours and 15 minutes, then we shot the shit for another 30. It was like
True.
midnight.
True.
Um, so each one of us picks 2. How about that?
Sounds good.
Cool. I'd like to talk about this. I know it's clearly a fucking bummer drummer thing, but I'd like to talk about it.
Okay.
Christina Louise was the of San Rio, Brazil, murdered last week.
Mhm.
She was the voice of Cortana and Mercy in Overwatch.
Damn.
So we do not have original Cortana or Mercy anymore.
That just really sucks, to be
Yep.
honest.
Go ahead.
Not to not to get all gory and anything. Like, did it go into details as far as like
It
who or
did. Now
how or
here's the
anything like
part where
that?
I'm gonna sound like a fucking asshole because this is I weirdly okay. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. So it did. Um, the dude came in. They found her dead 2 days in her apartment. They found her dead. They went in, looked at it, basically kind of already had like a suspect.
Mhm.
Suspect went and turned himself in, and she was killed with a goblet. Okay.
Okay.
He is claiming self-defense. I saw pictures of her. She couldn't have weighed more than a buck 10 soaking wet. Right. See all those faces? That's exactly. So, my thought, again, going back to the murder porn, this seems more like a thing where they got in some argument about who knows what. He grabbed the nearest thing to him and bludgeoned her to death. Like, that's what it, like, and again, I'm not a
Yeah.
policeman, but like, what? Self-defense? And also, if you're hitting somebody with a blunt instrument, dude, you can stop so early, basically, after you like kind of get somebody incapped or unconscious,
Oh yeah.
and no murder occurs.
Uh-huh.
They might have brain damage or a shit ton of bruises or whatever. You can stop at any time. It is insane to me to think that this guy is claiming self-defense on a woman who is 110 pounds
Uh-huh.
and that he killed her with a goblet. And that is the word they used in the article, goblet. Not cup, not glass, not vase. So I am imagining one of those fucking old timey, he
Oh, yeah.
chose poorly kind
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yep. The one thing I will say to kind of expand on your whole, like, once they're unconscious, you can stop and things like that. To expand on that just a little bit, if I remember correctly, the way the law actually says it, if you say, like, this would never happen. Say you and I are in an argument, I strike you with a goblet, you get knocked unconscious and die from it. As long as I stop after that first hit where you got knocked unconscious, I am technically fine. As long as I'm sitting here saying, okay, it was self-defense. I am fine at that point. Because it can be proven that, okay, I hit you once, one and done, that's it. But if I were to continue, like, just bashing your skull till it's a bloody pulp, then it's like, no. That was, like, aggravated murder at that point. Yeah.
That's just murder.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro. Still murder.
Yeah, exactly.
And the article actually, I went to a couple of places, and again, we're getting information out of another country, so we don't have all the details.
Right.
But in none of the articles did it say that there was another weapon found, right? Like, if she had been brandishing a knife and they had found a knife in the apartment, but again, he, okay, so let's say she was like, fuck you, dude, and pulled a knife, and then he hits her with a goblet and murders her accidentally, and then picks up the, like, thing that she was wielding and leaves with it? Like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Wouldn't make sense either.
There's no way it plays out the way
he's saying it does.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Just fucking sucks, man. Like, like, she was a talent, and by the way, her voiceography was huge. It wasn't just those were just like her two
big known things.
Right. She was fucking Cortana, man.
Oh,
her voice was on the stupid Connect, and Mercy, like, actually the cover art of Overwatch. Like, super lame, dude. So, thoughts and fucking, no, fuck that. That's a bullshit thing to say. Fucking, I'm sorry to fucking hear that, because that is really lame. That's a loss of real talent for some guy who's just some guy, Fuck you, random guy. I hope you get the fucking Chilean chair or whatever. Brazil. I don't know why I had to say Chilean. I don't know. It isn't. See, this is why I should not report on death ever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so moving on.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's tackle this one because it's not a fun one either, and then we gotta get like some good some good ones here. EA, they're threatening action against the people that are in a closed beta Battlefield 2042.
Really?
Yes, they're filing. Well, actually, no, I take that back. They're not going as far as filing legal action yet, but they are reporting videos and streams and things like that of people who have put those videos out there on the internet, because all the people that have been in the betas have signed NDAs, And part of their NDAs is you cannot stream it, you cannot
That makes
post
sense.
videos of it, you cannot post content of it on the internet at all. And I
Yep.
mean, this is one time where it's like EA is completely and totally in the right here.
100%.
And the people who have signed and like I've been part of NDAs. Yeah, you have too. Hell, you worked for EA. You definitely had to. When I worked at Red Storm, I had to sign an NDA for when I was working on Ghost Recon Future Soldier. There's stuff on that game that like I can't mention about it. I can't mention some of the stuff that I saw while in development of it because it's like I signed an NDA and I
You're
won't.
in an NDA right now.
Yeah.
You know, like that is a legally binding document, dude.
Mhm. Yep.
Like, and they are 100% in their right to fuck you. You screwed us. You signed a document saying you is a non-disclosure agreement.
Yep.
It means no matter what they show you, no matter what you play, you cannot talk about it. You cannot obviously film it. You
Mhm.
can't fucking show it online. Like, yeah, no, they're totally in the right. Fuck them. Like, fuck those people too. You fucking morons. Like, what did you think? Like, when you signed that, like, you were going paintballing,
Yeah.
and you thought, like, well, you know, whatever. If I sprain my ankle, like, who gives a shit? Just a
Yep.
piece of paper. Like,
Exactly.
no, dude, it's a legal document, bro.
Oh yeah. And if I remember correctly, the way that they're threatening them is they're basically sitting here saying that they will kick them off of the like they won't be able to have access to the was it Origin was EA's thing. They won't be able to purchase anything from there. Like their accounts will be
Sure.
banned. And it's like, damn, that's like some serious shit.
I mean, it won't come to dollar value or jail time or anything, you know? Like, that'll probably be about the end of it. But
theoretically,
it's-
yeah.
like, you know, it still goes down to like, dude, read the fucking, like, I'm not saying read every single end user license agreement.
Right.
I'm not saying that. But if you, anybody who's here, if you guys are ever in a situation where you sign an NDA, respect that NDA.
Mm-hmm.
Do not talk about what is going on. And usually NDAs have a time limit, right? Like 6 months or a year or whatever. As soon as it's over, go ahead, talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. But shut your fucking mouths.
I mean, hell, technically, right now, me being an affiliate, I had to do an NDA because there's things in my affiliate agreement I can't talk, I can't discuss. So, yeah.
I mean, that's what a legal document is for, you know?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Didn't almost fall in the can.
Oh.
So, Phasmophobia. Want to talk about that real quick?
Phasmophobia? Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
They got a big August update coming up. They don't have the date yet. But the highlights that I saw of it looked really cool. They were like, it's a minor update. It's 2 new ghosts, making a total of 4 new ghosts since that game came out, which is dope.
Cool.
New maps, which is, again, dude, sweet. New gadgets, sweet. Super awesome. Like, so if you're still, I was actually thinking, since it is getting close to getting spooky time, we definitely might have to stream that game, even though literally I will be a teeny tiny little girl. But maybe when it gets closer to October, you and I could stream that, maybe with fucking some of the Stream Boys, like whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Because I love ghost hunting, I love all that shit, I love the paranormal.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, big update coming soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and new gear too.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. Look forward to it.
Yeah, one of them looks like it's a digital handheld recorder that has night vision.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm assuming it's gonna be like you gotta pay out the ass for it, like it's a high level thing. But it's
yeah,
still cool.
Still, yeah.
And just side note, that studio, that was a one dude game. He hired a secondary, 100%, as a small indie business owner myself. He has finally got enough money. He hired another 3D renderer and a second programmer. So it's now actually three people.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Savage is sitting here saying, "I love Phasmophobia."
Dude, that game's top, dude. I'm Savage. I'll play the shit out of that game with you, bud.
Yeah, yeah.
Last one for like just to do a super quick one. Cyberpunk 77 had a stream last week.
Mhm.
That was a resounding meh. Like people were literally giving the Z's in the live stream because what it boiled down to was new jackets, one new car, and an alternative look for Keanu Reeves' character. That's it. So cosmetics is
Yeah.
a dumpster fire, and you're like, check it out, we have new jackets.
Yeah, because that's totally what the people
this is
want.
what everyone's asking for.
Yeah.
Not to put the dumpster fire out, but
more jackets.
New car.
Yeah. Cosmetics.
Exactly.
Ooh. Alrighty. That it for you?
Yes.
Okay. Let's definitely go out on a good note here. A new FPS game that is retro. I'm surprised it lasted until right now.
This is such a good ending, though.
Oh, I know it is. A new FPS game, and I mean that in more senses than what you guys are originally thinking here. It is first-person shooter. It's a retro stylized pixel art kind of game that goes by the title of Fashion Police Squad. And I kind of feel like I need to wait until Alex gets back. So, but yeah, for right now, I'm just going to let you guys like, wait, what? Fashion Police Squad? Huh? And it's an FPS shooter. What? That doesn't really make sense. But no, it does. And it looks awesome. I'll be honest. This might be a thing where I buy it when it comes out just because it's like, that actually seems kind of cool. And where the hell? What? Why right now does he get up and go? I don't know. Is getting a beer that important? Actually, no. It's probably his dog is getting into something, I guess. Phasmophobia update, wasn't that today? I don't know. Was that today? Nope, that's July. That's not today. I'm not seeing it there. Well, I'll look for that some other time. Let me guess, your doggo got into something or?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had to let him out.
Okay. Mind if I share the screen for this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, because I figured this one's definitely a fun one to share screen on.
Yeah.
So yeah, new retro shooter about helping people dress better. Yeah, this is gonna be as good as you think it is. It's the Fashion Police Squad. Oh yeah,
I love this. Honestly, I love this.
I love how like everything is fashion or seamstress kind of themed. Because his gun, it's a fucking sewing machine.
Yeah, like an old school one.
Yeah, I mean that just fucking looks awesome. I don't know how boomingly loud this may be.
Yeah, you probably want to mute that actually.
Yeah, why not?
Oh my god, I know that guy.
Did you do some modeling for this?
Yeah, that was blonde. I might have. I love this so. I love this concept so much.
Yeah,
I think this concept is so funny.
This concept is
oh
actually.
Oh my god, they did the JoJo walk. Oh my god, I love it so much more. Holy fuck, I love it so much more.
But like,
oh my god.
The thing that I found really cool in this trailer here is like how like right now he's using a shotgun, which or a shotgun-like weapon, I guess, which really only works on these guys in the dull suits. Then there are some other guys that yeah, he has to bust out the sewing machine gun. Oh, and by the way, also every like word that's popping up above people's heads, like snazzy or cool, nice, they actually do. They say what it is, and I think the best one that pops up is fabulous, and it pretty much says it in that tone too. So it's like yes. But like different enemies have different weaknesses as far as what weapon you have to use on them. Because there are guys that are sitting there vaping, and you have to hit them with the belt. There's others that can only be hit with the sewing machine gun. So it's really cool. A very interesting concept.
I like that this also looks like a build engine game, because I'm old. This is very reminiscent of old school Doom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh god, yeah, yeah.
This is really cool.
Everything being sprites.
Picked up a large mocktail. Yeah, this is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is super cute.
The best part of it all that I like this fab meter down here.
Your alt.
Yeah, that's your alt. And is it gonna? Let me just kind of fast forward a little here. Yep, it is gonna get to it. So we'll just fast forward some. Slap some fashion into these people. Literally.
Slap power up. That's a bad angle for that. Why did you choose that angle?
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's hand to God is what it is. That's awesome.
Yeah, but you go through, you run around comboing together these slaps, and you just wind up slapping the fashion into people. It's
that is amazing, dude.
Sweet.
If this was made by a gay guy, this is probably one of the fucking greatest achievements ever created by humankind. This is amazing. And seriously, it really does. Like, it looks fun as shit. And I like the speed of it, that they're still making your base movement speed the way that build engine games were, you know?
Yeah.
Like where your character model is moving hella fucking fast. That was such a FPS right on the car. Told you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really dope, dude. Yeah.
And
good.
And the dialogue is also very tongue-in-cheek as well. Because I don't know if you guys saw it or not. When he first picked up that very first cocktail that was on the ground, it then did a little like miniature cutscene of, did you just pick up a random cocktail off the ground? Yeah, why? It was delicious. or something like that. It's just like, damn, you gotta be kidding me.
This is such a cute idea.
Yeah.
And seriously, funnily, this looks like really fun.
Yep. And apparently like this area is like super Drabville or something. So
and that's why it's in all in black and white.
Yep.
Okay, cute.
Color the billboards, see?
Oh, cool.
So he's got to like color the billboards now. And as he's coloring them, some of the color starts coming back, because like you can see the windows now have color in the 1111 or 11 heaven or whatnot.
And it's actually like slowly like filling it in too. It's not like it's like off and then on.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, this looks really good. This looks like a lot of effort went into it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, deep coat as opposed to deep throat. That's cute. Yeah, this is awesome. I am looking forward to this.
And then the guy
did they have a release date for this yet or no?
I don't remember. I mean, if we want to keep watching, I kind of can't get through here.
No, I mean, like, just go highlight at the end and see if it shows up at the very end.
I think it just blacks out.
It's like, no, damn.
Well, unless it does
this is one to keep on the radar then. You know? Fashion Police Squad. This is a cute trailer. Swag confiscated.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's even secrets? That's totally build engine.
Yeah. And then like the boss here, he's throwing gold bars at you.
Yeah, this is quite dope.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
This just plays right into a bunch of shit that like I think is
retro awesome. FPS gamers. Yeah.
FPS, oh yeah. Like fucking, and the hilarity of seriously. Like, yeah, I love it. And honestly, this is actually kind of getting a little hairy, and this is probably on like fucking norm too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
maybe, yeah.
this could, yeah. No, I love it. I love it. Yeah, good stuff.
Try and see if there's a date.
They didn't call it the build engine. They just said like Quake and Doom.
Yeah,
This is
well,
why you should have fucking more intelligent people giving you goddamn information.
yeah,
No.
doesn't
There's a column for
actually.
Lolo.
I'm not seeing a
Nope.
date here,
No, not at all.
but
That's fine. Whatever. At least we got the.
Wait. No, it was during the Realms
No.
Deep 2021.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Whatever.
But yeah, at least it's something fun to look forward to that realistically was really refreshing, I will say.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, the fucking industry needs more shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna do something that has been done, at least fucking come at it with like some new take.
Yeah.
Not exactly the same shit we've been doing since the build engine.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, just the simple fact of, okay, first thing you think of when you hear, okay, first person shooters, run around killing guys.
Right. And
in this, yes, you're shooting people, but you're just making them look better with better fashion. It's just like, gotta love it. Wait,
yeah, the theme is top.
May 19th, 2021. What? That
can't possibly
that can't be right. Change it up.
Unless that was like an old article and it got pushed back to, you know, nowish.
Well, it's got a Steam page. It's got a demo. Planned release date 2022.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
It's got a demo though, so that's probably exactly what that was. That 10-minute video.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. And so if you are interested, you can go and check it out right this second.
Add to wish list. Oh yeah.
Actually, I might actually do that immediately afterwards too. If I wasn't working on one screen, that would be happening.
Yeah, well.
All right. Do you got anything else?
I mean, yeah, I've got more, but nothing.
It's 11. Yeah, it's 11:15, and
actually, I do have a really, really super quick one, which is more or less just trivia nugget.
Okay.
The guy that gave us the nuclear bomb, William Higginbotham, he gave us video games.
In the way that he's showing,
nuclear bomb, video games. How do you go from one extreme to the other?
Because that's a very... See, we should have talked about this next time.
Yeah, well.
Because I actually do know the story, and it's not nearly as cut and dry as nuke bomb fucking video.
Oh, I know, yeah. Okay. But like the video game that he wound up giving to the rest of his coworkers and whatnot at the time was effectively tennis on an oscilloscope. Yeah. And it's like, that's fucking
and it
cool.
Became Space War, and yeah.
But
basically he was doing graphics on a screen, which is what we needed.
Yeah.
Early PC kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye, and then you do the same, and we'll meet. We'll talk for 15 seconds, and fucking done.
Sounds good.
All right. Hey, chat. Fucking thanks for showing up again. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All of you. Blue, fucking Dragon, all you guys. Fucking love to see you guys out here. And if you're new and you don't know me, fucking come give me a follow. I'm looking for my 50th. So you want to be fucking special? Give me a 50th.
Be his
it
50th.
Legitimately the one I need to push me over into fucking affiliate territory. So appreciate you.
Yeah, be his,
right, I'm
be
gonna
his
get
50th.
Out of here. I love all of you guys. Rich, I will talk to you in a second.
Sounds good. All right, though, guys, that is going to be it for me tonight. Well, for us, really. We didn't get to everything, but who knows? Depending on how the week is, we may pick up some of these again next week. As always, Talk Show is a weekly thing every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So that is awesome. If you liked it, awesome. Feel free hit the follow button. You can also follow on Twitter and Discord and join the Discord as well. As far as things that are coming up, tomorrow there is the Destiny 2 raid night that I'm doing with the rest of the crew, Crop Circles and them. Thursday I'm off. Friday is going to be doing some more Final Fantasy XIV Mentor Roulettes. We are getting extremely close to wrapping that up as far as getting the mount. I think I'm at 135 or 140, somewhere in there. So we're getting really close. Probably like 2, maybe 3 weeks left of that. And then Fridays are going to be changing and probably going to be doing some speed runs at that point. So yeah, that'll be fun. As always, guys, if you do enjoy the content and want to help support the stream, please, by all means, feel free. You're welcome to sub, cheer, whatever. Anytime you sub, I eat a spicy bean at the moment, and one of these fun, hellish things of spicy jelly beans. They're quite tasty, actually, believe it or not. Also, go give him a follow. He deserves it. Seriously, he does. Go be his 50th. Hopefully he'll be affiliate then. Be a lot of fun. With all that being said, though, guys, I'm gonna head on out of here. I will catch you all later. Have a good one. Bye.